Okay, so today we're diving deep into Zenji.
Zenji.
Zenji, yeah, and you hear card game and you think like poker night or something, but this is
Oh, yeah,
this is different. It's got strategy, like
definitely.
you got to use your brain, but it's also,
It's got a little more to it.
yeah, it's like mystical.
It is mystical.
And I'm super curious about that. So like what's the deal with these mystical elements?
Well, it's all built around the four elements of nature. So we're talking
Oh, cool.
earth, air, fire, water,
Okay.
all woven into the gameplay.
Okay, so like how does that even work? Like what do you like cast spells or something?
You don't cast spells, but each element has a certain effect on the game and, kind of influences how you play and how you think.
Okay, I'm listening.
So think about it like this. You're trying to get to this state called Satori.
Satori.
Yeah, it's like a Zen concept. It
Yeah.
basically means like no mind, total presence.
So I'm guessing that's how you win?
You got it. But here's the twist. Instead of getting like a ton of points, you actually want the fewest points possible.
So the lower your score, the closer you are to Satori.
Exactly. It's all about minimizing those points, getting rid of that mental clutter.
Oh, I see. So like the game is like a metaphor for quieting your mind.
Yeah, you could say that.
So how do the actual cards like play into all of this?
So each card represents like different aspects of your mind. There's like monkey mind cards. Those are for
Yeah.
all those, crazy thoughts that are always jumping around.
Like the to-do list in my head.
Exactly. And then there are higher mind cards, which are more about focus and intention.
Okay.
And as you play, you're like moving these cards around, drawing new ones, activating powers. You can even like mess with your opponent's strategy a little bit.
Hold on, messing with my opponent while trying to reach like a Zen state.
Mm.
How does that work?
It's all about balance, right? Like
Yeah.
finding that sweet spot between strategy and just letting go.
And okay, so you mentioned the elements before, like earth, air, fire, water. Like where do they come in? I'm picturing like, a volcanic eruption card or something.
Not quite, but the elements add another layer of strategy. Like, let's say you have a fire card. Fire is about transformation, right? So in the game, it might let you discard a bunch of monkey mind cards all at once. It's like burning away those distractions.
Oh, okay. So it's not just about the cards themselves.
Yeah.
It's like you're tapping into these deeper forces.
Yeah, there's a real connection to nature there, and it adds a whole other dimension to the game.
Okay, that makes sense. And it all ties back into that idea of Satori, right? Like finding that state of no mind through the game.
Right, you're not just playing cards, you're engaging with these forces of nature. It can get pretty deep.
I'm starting to see that. And didn't you say something about the 100th monkey phenomenon being like an inspiration for the game?
Exactly. You know that story, right? Like when enough monkeys learn something new, it spreads through the whole population like a collective consciousness thing.
Oh, yeah. That's fascinating.
So in Zenji, it's like all the players are connected and their actions influence each other. It's not just about you winning, it's about this like shared journey towards clarity.
So wait, everyone's trying to reach Satori together.
Yeah, it's like a collective effort, a shared experience.
Wow, that's amazing. It's so much deeper than just like, your average card game.
Right. Yeah. You're not just shuffling cards, you're like dancing with the elements,
Yeah.
and with each other. It's really cool.
I love that. So to recap, we've learned that Senji is this awesome mix of strategy and, mysticism. It's a card game, but it's also kind of like a mindfulness practice. It makes you think about how can we find Satori, not just in the game, but in our everyday lives? Like how can we quiet those monkey minds and connect with, those deeper forces?
That's the big question, isn't it?
And if you want to explore that question yourself, check out playzenji.com. It's definitely worth checking out.
Definitely.
All right, that's our deep dive for today. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.